business philosopher, Peter Jakobsson, and the School of Increase.
Here it is, Peter Jakobsson!
Hello world, and welcome to another session of the School of Increase. And this session is going to be about a subject that we call self-image. And what is self-image? Well, you can look at the word self and image. It's the image of yourself. Who you really are, or actually who you really think that you are. You have a self-image, which actually will dictate your decisions in life. So if you help someone a little bit and maybe they don't succeed, and you help someone just a little bit on this side and they won't succeed, it's according to their self-image. Because it doesn't really matter what good tools or, the money doesn't come to the best business with the best products. It comes to the business with the best leaders. Leadership is the key to success. And since it's not about you, it's about the people that you're going to help. Because remember that you didn't come here to make a living. You came here to make a difference in people's lives. And since you can't give what you don't have, you gotta make sure you have a good self-image. So where does it come from? What is it? We all know that the great saying from the great Jim Rohn, he said that you can have more because you can become more than you already are. And the one-liners that I used to say is, you're not who you think you are who you think you are. That is actually about your self-image. So how do we get the self-image? Where does it come from? Well, it's a product since we were born by the people who we spend the time with. Our parents in school, our friends, everyone contributes to our self-image. They kind of put something inside of us that we tend to believe. And I heard that person that's 18 years old have heard the word no 100,000 times. Can you believe that? Since you were little, you heard no. And if you walk around with a no program in your self-image, it's not going to be good. But the best thing is that you can change your self-image. And before I go any further, I will tell you a story, not a story, but the thing I read in a book a couple of years ago that really, got me interested in this subject. And it's actually about our brain, because that's what it's all about, And this guy, this scientist, he wrote a book, and he had a chapter about the function of the brain. And why I'm telling you this is so you know that you are a creation for success. So our little brain, it weighs like 3-4 pounds, not very much. But in our brain, there is billions, hundreds and billions of neurons. These neurons, they send messages and take messages. So like the sender and the receiver. And this guy wrote in his book that there are not only hundreds of billions of these neurons in our mind and in our brain, actually more than stars in the Milky Way. So they send these signals, which are thoughts, every second. Every second there is a signal going in between these neurons. Hundreds of billions. And if you're going to count all these thoughts or these signals, you take one each second. It's going to take you 35 million years to count them all. So we got an amazing thing up here that some people don't use all the time. So back to the self-image. That was the brain. And if you look at this, you can see the blue is kind of you. And we have, a self-imposed limitation put on ourselves, which is the self-image. And that is, if people told us that we were, we couldn't do stuff, or we were small, or we were tall, or we were thin, or we were this, or we were that, then we'd start believing that. It's hard to go out in the world and succeed with a poor self-image. But I said we can change it. So the blue is you. Then you can see the limitation we put on ourselves. So it's a lot of room for expansion, for change. And remember, we talk about that. If you want things to change, you got to change. So this is how it could look. The peak performance is when you change your self-image and you start realizing it's doable, that you can really succeed because you can see other people succeed. And success doesn't come from the outside. Success comes from the inside and out. You start building yourself and change will start happening. And this is also connected to what we call the comfort zone. And the comfort zone is pretty interesting because we all have one. Everyone has a comfort zone. Some people have a tiny, tiny little comfort zone, and some people have a huge comfort zone. It actually means that the bigger the comfort zone is, the more courage they have, the less fear they have. And when you're going to do a business or build a business or talk to people, you need to widen your comfort zone. And it has to do with your self-image. And what happens is most people start out good and then they quit or they slow down because they don't realize that proof of progress is not pleasure, it's pain. So when you're growing, there's going to be problems. It's part of the equation. What has that to do with anything? Well, you can look at the comfort zone, and doesn't matter how big or how small it is, you have one. But you need those goals that will make you move outside of your zone. Because inside the zone, everything is comfortable. For most people, that's in front of the television with a bag of chips or, something to eat on. Or just doing nothing because it's comfortable. But it's outside the comfort zone where all the growth is. All the growth, all the change, all the money, everything is outside of the zone. And for some people, it takes courage. But a better way to do it is to set goals. Because those goals will make you move out of the comfort zone. And at the same time, you're changing your self-image. You're starting to believe in yourself. You're starting to realize it's possible. And action is the fear killer. is the biggest fear killer of them all. Whatever you feel, whatever you think, just do it. And some of you out there maybe don't believe in yourself. But I will tell you, I believe in you. I know it's possible. And if you do that, the best of your life will be the rest of your life. Because you're not who you think you are who you think you are. Thank you.